don't care how you take care of your body, or rather, one of the ways you take care of your body. The fact that LeBron James has taken very few games off this season, not like last season, 2 seasons ago, when he mysteriously in the offseason lost like 30 pounds of muscle mass and didn't look the same and didn't play the same.
Paleo diet.
And then came back brolic and...
LeBron's had to do with a 2013 biogenesis lab leak that exposed many MLB players that were taking HGH, causing multiple suspensions. In that leak, they found that a man with the last name Paul would come in for business for a client that had the initials LJ. One of the employees specifically said that her and her coworkers were positive that it was for LeBron James, his agent of course being Rich Paul. There was also physical evidence on LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, including jawline growth, hair loss, and cramping. ESPN journalist Brian Windhorst even wrote an article saying that he witnessed LeBron James gain 7 pounds of muscle during an NBA playoff game. After LeBron stepped on the scale before and after the game, apparently his teammates were in disbelief and he just shrugged it off and said, "That's weird as hell." After the article was published, many physicians and nutritionists came out and said either Brian was lying, mistaken, or the scale that LeBron used was broken, but there's no way.
If the world understood what LeBron did, like other basketball players will hear what LeBron does and go, well, yeah, but that doesn't matter, right? It's like a baseball player and you're hitting a stick out of the way. It doesn't matter. It's like, no. If you knew what these performance enhancers did, then you would know why it does matter.
What do you think he's
there's
doing?
Only one, we have the same drug guy, if you will. I know exactly what he's doing. But there's only one golfer.
Please tell.
There's only one golfer. I'm not going to, but there's only one golfer that follows the big three. And the big three is EPO, growth hormone, testosterone. That's the Lance Armstrong diet. There's one golfer, but it's Tiger Woods. Like, yes, it does matter. People will say it all the time, it doesn't matter. John Daly won it. It's like, it matters. Trust me that it matters. EPO matters. It's the reason LeBron takes it. It matters. And if other basketballers understood what it did, EPO increases your red blood cells, which gives you endurance so you can play all game long. You can shoot in the fourth quarter just like you shot in the fourth
in your red blood cells. Okay,
yes.
got you.
It's the king of performance enhancers.
Bronny get a bucket on Bron right now?
Yeah, he can get a bucket on Bron right now.
Nope.
Yeah, he can get a bucket.
No way. Nope.
Man, come on, that little dude explosive, bro.
He is, but you seen his dad? His dad on that balcony. He on that new juice.
He ain't
that
sliding like he used to.
Kevin,
That might be the best Bron we ever seen. I ain't gonna lie. He was on steroids, bro. He had to sit out. He was on steroids for real. He was on steroids, bro. Allegedly, but like he had to sit out. But y'all remember when they told him like
there goes the Clutch Sports allegations.
Y'all remember that though?
No.
But they was like he got everybody. They started testing for HGH, and they was like, yo, and he had to sit out. Like he said his back was hurt, and he sat out for like 3 weeks, and he came back skinny. This is just I was in the league. I remember. And he came back in. He was crazy though.
Nah, that might have been the best Bron, bro.
So, Jeff Teague debated which LeBron was the best. Cleveland LeBron, LA LeBron, Miami LeBron, and of course he said Miami LeBron because he was on steroids. My thoughts about this is very simple. I've been saying Bron's on steroids forever. I mean, we all knew when the biogenesis shit came out back in the day. You notice how a lot of those biogenesis videos were scrubbed, but Blacktop Buckets on YouTube, shout out to him, he was able to keep his video up about LeBron accusations and steroids and everything like that. I have found the transcripts from 2014 because remember there was a time where LeBron was skinny. You remember LeBron came back and then he wasn't the same LeBron. Then he took 2 weeks off to go to Miami. He claimed that he was rehabbing a back injury in quotation marks. And this is Jeff Teague talking. Jeff Teague says LeBron is his GOAT. Jeff Teague is signed to Clutch Sports. So he has no reason to lie. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it 100. You know, they've been saying that LeBron was on steroids. Kevin Garnett has accused him of being on steroids. Chael Sonnen, a former MMA fighter, came out a while back saying that him and LeBron had the same doctor that provided him the drugs. Who else? It was somebody else important that accused him of steroids. Let me go to my notepad. Oh, and Max Kellerman hinted that LeBron was on steroids, and Stephen A. Mark-ass tried to cover it up and said that he went on a diet. It's a goddamn lie. A steroid diet, a HGH diet, a PED diet. Stephen A. wasn't trying to lose that relationship with LeBron. That's all that shit was about. Max Kellerman, you know, he didn't care. So there has been plenty of accusations. Remember, back in 2013, in a Miami clinic, there were many players, baseball players mostly, because of Balco and steroids and shit. They linked Jameer Nelson. LeBron's not the only NBA player that was using steroids. Jameer Nelson was, for sure, because he had gotten brolic out of nowhere. And that's not a disrespect, it's just the facts. So this is not a hit piece or a diss piece, or we're not trying to tear down LeBron. This is some true shit from back in the day that they scrubbed the internet mostly of, because I remember the video when it came out. I watched the video. They interviewed the lady, the two women that worked at the clinic. And I got the transcripts right here. Let me read this article. You know, this came from an article that was, of course, deleted. But this, you know, I remember these transcripts, dude. I remember reading the article back in the day. I'm not crazy. This isn't made up. This is from some real shit. So let me read the article. Okay, in the sports world, as an athlete whose name is affiliated with Anthony Bosch in any way is equivalent to having their name blacklisted by the government. Bosch, a 49-year-old Miami resident, is famously known for running Biogenesis of America, a clinic alleged to be the source for PEDs, performance-enhancing drugs for the slow people, for more than a handful of the top baseball players, including most famously in 2009, Alex Rodriguez. After the incident with Rodriguez, Bosch's clinic was shut down. A few months later, after not appearing in major headlines, Bosch was at the top of the storylines when Manny Ramirez was suspended 50 games for a banned substance. Bosch was the supplier. In 2011, Ryan Braun, a Milwaukee Brewers outfielder, I remember this, tested positive against elevated testosterone levels. He had admitted in that February that he had a business relationship with Bosch that claimed the levels found in his urine samples had been tampered with. Braun's appeal was successful. I'm not going to read Ryan's quote. So now, one of the writers, I'm not going to say from who, spoke with a woman whose name was Jessica, who worked for Anthony Bosch from February 2010 to April of 2010 to February of 2012. Jessica worked as an assistant for Bosch and kept pretty much every financial transfer that took place at Bosch's clinic. While keeping track of these financial transfers, now I'm not saying that LeBron was fucking with Bosch in 2014, but Miami was the center of where LeBron went for that 2-week break when he got all skinny and shit. Miami was the center to get all the drugs. But this lady worked there from 2010 to 2012. She wasn't there in 2014. But however, while keeping track of these financial transfers, Jessica told the reporter that there were initials that stood out to her. LJ. She claimed to believe was Miami Heat forward and NBA superstar LeBron James. Jessica said that a man who, by the name of Mr. Paul, came in every month, once a month, to pick up products for the initials LJ. That's Rich Paul, y'all. As for what those products were, Jessica doesn't know. However, she did say that Mr. Paul, the person who picked up the products for LJ, was a friend of James. Coincidentally enough, his agent and best friend's name is Rich Paul. Now, if it's the same Mr. Paul or not, that was not confirmed. But come on, guys. Where there's smoke, there's fire. However, some of her co-workers were 100% sure that LeBron James was a client of the Institute and was the LJ. As for the other names that stood out to her was JN, which was Jameer Nelson, Francisco, and Cruz. Now, my gut feeling is Francisco Rodriguez, the pitcher, and Cruz, which is Nelson Cruz, the baseball player. That's what I suspect that those names were. That's just me. All right. So the reporter asked Jessica, now, you said a JN. Who did it stand for? Jameer Nelson? How do you know that JN is Jameer Nelson? Well, he came to the office. So you saying that Jameer Nelson came in person? Yes. What did he take? Did he make a payment? Yes, he took products. Did he actually pay? Yeah, he paid in cash. So Jameer Nelson and LeBron James were purchasing steroids from Anthony Bosch's Biogenesis clinic around the years of 2010 and 2012. But the 2014 incident is a different incident that's not related to this one. I'm sure that there's more proof to this because it's too many motherfuckers coming forward saying that he's on steroids or took steroids or hinted at steroids. And LeBron has not responded to none of these people. If it was a lie, if it was complete slander, right? Wouldn't LeBron sue these people for lying on his name? Wouldn't he sue for slander? You saw what happened when Jaguar Wright was on Piers Morgan. Jay-Z and Beyonce was about to sue the fuck out that nigga. And Piers Morgan went on and said, I apologize, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. That shit wasn't true. It was just all accusation, man. I'm sorry, Jay-Z. I'm sorry, Rock Nation. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, if LeBron hasn't come out and defended himself, if LeBron hasn't, filed a lawsuit for defamation of character at least, it's got to be some truth to it. And maybe LeBron James knows there's truth to it, and he knows he's going to get away with it. Why? because he's a big personality, he's the top dog, he's a billionaire, and he feels untouchable, which a lot of arrogant motherfuckers feel like. You know, he feels untouchable. And that's a normal feeling when you $1 billion rich, got rappers hating on you, ball players allegedly saying that you on steroids. I mean, it's too many people. And I kind of knew too, but, you know, if they find any concrete, if they find something that maybe that'll make the media question his legacy, and something that sticks like they found with Lance Armstrong, LeBron's legacy is through. I already don't think too much of LeBron's legacy anyway. So you mean to tell me that he on steroids too? However, and LeBron does exhibit, you know, steroid behavior. And I'm going to just leave it at that.